Hi, today I'm coming to you with a movie review. I literally just got out of the movie theater. I went to go see this movie, one, because the trailers looked funny, two, generally, I like two of the actresses that were in it, and then I recognized the third one, but I'm not sure. So, the movie that I saw was The Favorite. I would generally rate this movie about, I would say B-ish. It was a B-rated movie. Only because it went on. So the premise of the movie is there's a queen, her handmaiden, right-hand woman kind of person, and then there's a new girl that comes into the situation who's the cousin of the hand woman, maiden person, whatever. And so the cousin, which is Emma Stone's character, she was in a certain tier classification, and then her family lost their money, and so now she's a servant. So she asked her cousin, is it okay if I work for you? Her cousin's like, fine, whatever, and just treats the girl like shit. Mess. And so the handmaiden, second-hand woman person is like trying to manipulate the queen for her own agenda because her husband's like in charge of the army or whatever, and she's trying to prolong the war when the queen's just like, we won, leave it at that, let's just keep the peace. But she's not hearing that, and then there are other parties, might be whatever of the powers that might be, trying to win the war and all that jazz. So, there are a couple characters that come to her cousin, Emma Stone's character, whose name is Abigail, and try to get her to interfere and be their eyes and ears, since they know that she has more in-depth conversations with the two, as well as they want to have a leg up in the situation. And so something happens, and the queen now becomes in favor of Abigail, and now they're buddy-buddy. Mind you, Abigail has witnessed the love affair between the queen and Sarah is the name of the character. So the queen and Sarah are having some other relations going on, and Abigail witnessed that, and then she then moves into favor with the queen. They start having relations as well. Spoilers. But it doesn't really add to the story. And so she wiggles her way into the queen. And then Sarah is ostracized, and they go back and forth, kind of, sort of, but not really. Like, Sarah thinks that she fired Abigail and banished her, but then the queen hired her, so she stuck around, whatever. But it's just cattiness back and forth. But in the end, Sarah is kicked out of the kingdom, and then Abigail, who is now back to her rightful level in society, is still having to cater to the queen, which is, I guess, something that she didn't expect or what have you. But in general, the movie had its funny parts. I wasn't quite surprised by the love affair between Anne and Sarah to begin with, but it really lost me at the end. Like, there was no resolve at the end, and it's just like, I guess we're done here, and just like closed out the scene. Like, there could have been further dialogue. They could have flashed back to Sarah enjoying her life. I don't know. But just something, like an additional minute, 2 minutes would have sufficed at the end. One thing that I hate, and this has been like a continuum for a while, is the fact that the trailers are not like the movies. I know it's like a mini movie, like a minute and a half mini version of the movie, but, and I guess it kind of went back to it, but I hate whenever there are scenes in the movie that aren't, or scenes that are in the trailer that aren't in the movie, so you kind of memorize the scene, kind of, sort of. And I sometimes look for those whenever I go to the movie, but a lot of the times either they're out of sorts or they just aren't in the movie. And for one particular scene, it was just out of sorts per se, but I don't know, it wasn't a bad movie. The dialogue was decent, the comedy was decent. There was just a bunch of random sex going on, which, I mean, might have happened back in the day. The cursing and vulgarity, I don't know, it just seemed a bit much. Not saying that they didn't talk like that in the time period, but it just, the amount that they used was too modern, I guess you could say. And the frequency of it just seemed like it was something to put into the dialogue of the characters rather than something that not flew, but like flowed. Something that flowed. But I wouldn't pay to go see it again. I mean, if it's at Redbox, that would be fine, but waiting around till it's like on HBO or something like that, perfectly fine. But yeah, so overall, like I said, it was a B-rated movie. One of the reasons, like I said, Emma Stone, she's fine. Even though Sandra Oh got on her about the Golden Globes yesterday about playing Asian characters or whatever. But it was fine. I like her acting usually. And then the lady that played Anne, she's a British actress or UK actress, whatever. And I watched her recently in a like crime drama on Netflix, the guy that used to play Doctor Who, the skinny one that was in Harry Potter. And so that was the other reason why I wanted to watch her, because I hadn't really seen her in any other things. And so playing outside that character, I just wanted to see how her acting was. I'm pretty sure she's like famous over there, but I hadn't seen anything else of hers. So, but yeah. So if you want to see me review any further movies, please like this video as well as subscribe. Make sure you hit the notifications, and I will see you in the next video.